anything. Is that coming out like bangs? It's like, see what else can I do? I'm the only one laughing right now. And tennis shoes. About 1%. I'm going to put my AC on. See if anybody thinks I'm silly. Everything's okay. It's okay. Doo-doo-doo. You can't help but just slide on in, right? Oh, that's my brush. Slow. Trust me, this is a boring ass room. I've been waiting for 5 minutes for somebody to come in and say, hey. Nobody comes in and says, hey. So I'm about ready to talk to myself. 2%ers. What's up with that? Double tap. Oh, does that mean I can start cussing now? I'm waiting for the first person to come up with a subject. Any subject at all. It can even be about my fucked up hair. Do you ever get the feeling that you're just not doing enough in life? Or like the feeling like there's somebody behind you and you really don't know who it is? Oh, awesome. No, not this one.
That's what I got.
It's a zipper one. Somebody heard it somewhere. I knew it. I knew I'd win that bet.
This?
The one that has the red thing on the side. Ooh. Somebody lost a sweater. Ding dong, the dog is dead. In the car. Unless you hung it up.
Ooh.
Oh, some nice short tees there.
Is that a black one?
Yeah, it's black.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Like in the front of the back.
Huh?
Nobody wants to say anything tonight. Roman King again. Hey, I'm playing with my hair tonight. What's up? Oh, you know what? I've never worn a hat on live. I think I wore my cousin's hat that he gave me. Well, he died, but his, I want to call her wife, but they weren't married. You just took a nap? It's late? Isn't it like time to go to bed by? I don't want to wear that one that has like the tools on it because then people think I'm a bull dyke. 11 p.m. 9, 10, 11. It's only 9:10 here. This was probably one of his favorite hats that he used to wear too. He really liked Chevy. I really can't sleep tonight. But this is a really cool thing that I have. It holds the phone. It's fucking badass. This was a hat that I used to collect hats. This is totally butch. Totally not gonna really scare people away, you know what I mean? Dig it. This one just says Chevy. I mean, I would change it, you know, but tomorrow's live. I can't believe it. I've seen people do lives for like hours upon hours upon hours, and I just don't know how they do it. You know, it just gets to me because it's like I'll be like going through and I'll see like 30, 40 people, like, right? And they'll be talking about the same shit that I'm talking about. Nothing. Just gibberish, you know? And sometimes they'll have things going on in the background too, here and there, you know what I mean? But do we have a winner? Yeah, we have a winner. We have a winner. So, I don't know. And then I feel like really bad for some of those little YouTube content creators, those little boys that go, you know, I struggle and I get on my BMX all the time and do tricks just to get 2 or 3 likes. And then you see these girls that just show up and smile and somebody thinks that they're pretty and they get thousands of likes. So, you know, first it makes me wonder, why are little kids like streams being shown on my page? But yeah, it's But see, some of these dudes like Jack Doherty, he's crazy, man. That dude is something else. He's a force to be reckoned with. He's a force to be reckoned with. Jack Doherty. Anybody know who Jack Doherty is? He's a YouTuber, and he started out by just flipping bottles and shit. Maybe that's why people don't tune in, because I'm just not that. Yeah, check him out, Jack Doherty. Jack Doherty, he's a little punk. He's like 23 years old, and he's got like one of his most famous videos is where he wrecks his Lamborghini because he's paying attention to his live stream on his phone as he's driving in a monsoon, like in Florida, where it's like it's raining really, really, really hard, and he's got his cameraman filming him. Dude, yeah, Jack Doherty. He's white boy. And he started doing just like making YouTube videos just by flipping shit. And then he started going to, I don't know if you've heard of FaZe Rug, but he's like a really big time YouTuber. He made a lot of money, like a lot of money. I haven't seen much of him, but I'm sure if I looked him up, he'd probably still have like a whole bunch of videos and stuff like that. So I liked him. He was really cool. But if people are gonna like flaunt their money, when you got like more than 1 million subscribers, or when you're in the millions, you're making bucks. You're making bucks because that means you're making a lot of content, and that's really what it's all about. It's just a lot of content, a lot of when people live stream like this, even though like one or two will come in, one or two will come out. At the end of the day, so far, they'll be like it'll show like 200 or 300 people, watched my lives, and like, but I've noticed how I'll get more subscribers is like whenever new people come in, they'll subscribe, but then they go and they unsubscribe. It's like, I don't get it. It's like, you know what? You know how many people I've gone and unsubscribed? None. Okay, I take that back. A couple, but that's because they deserved it. And because I had to block them. So obviously I had to unsubscribe from them because I blocked them. You know what I mean? I had to block them. I'm tempted to put this one on. Only because it's got that. I'm going to do it. It's got that mean look to it. I feel like being mean today. You see the ghostly woman? No, seriously, this guy has like something like, I don't know how many oddball, like millions upon millions of subscribers. Like Jack Doherty had like, at one point he had like 16 million, and now he's down to 13 million because he is such a douchebag. He hires a security guard, and then he goes and he antagonizes people, and then he cries wolf to his security guard, and he has his security guard take care of it. Some big dude. Like, he'll literally be going in a mall, and I mean, there's some good things about him, but like what I'd like to do is I'd like to get like my laptop going, which it's working fine, but can you see there the tools, blood, sweat? I bet you it was made in China, right? But anyway, they care about us too. But he was spending so much money renting houses for like thousands and thousands of dollars a month, as opposed to like buying like a really nice crib, really nice house, or even a couple little nice ones, you know what I mean? And wrecking cars and shit. And he paid this one rapper that I've never even heard of like 250 grand just to show up at his birthday party. And he pretty much ignored him, which in my opinion is a disgrace. Is it just you in here, Roman King? What? All alone again? No, they left. They watched for a while. And then they left. Skedaddled. Which is fine. I'm gonna skedaddle. I don't know. I'd like to see how many people would come in here and see how many can get to do dares. Not like bad dares, you know. Just wow. Yuck. Space candy, my ass. That's a big fat F for me. I was relaxing with your voice, Mom. I'm sorry. Oh. I'm like a cat that was sleeping in your lap with the sound of your voice. It's funny because I have a cat that does that. Like, she'll get right on top of me, right in the middle of my crotch. Hi, CF Tony, what's up? Nice to see you again. So I have this friend that's getting, she spent most of her life alone and in and out of foster care and with this parent to that parent. And then she ended up, finally she met somebody her mom introduced her to, and she got married to this guy, man. And they spent, thank you, Saif, Tony. And they spent some years together. That's good, man. And in long story short, I guess they had an okay marriage for a while, but it turned out to get rocky, apparently. He turned out to be abusive. And he would do chokeholds on her. And the thing about this guy is, was she didn't, she didn't really say anything or anything like that. So she would let it happen. And he was a drummer in a group, and he was an ex-CO, correction officer. And then he got into selling real estate, right? Well, she was in her late 20s. He was in his early 30s, like really, really early 30s. So they were party, or, you know, they drank, they partied, you know what I mean? But they worked. She had a job, he had a job. They were buying houses and selling houses and shit like that. And I'm not that tired. I'm not sure if it's true. I believe her. I truly drew. Because I said, how come you never had bruises or nothing? She goes, because he would chokehold me. So anyway, one night they went out partying somewhere outside of Reno at some jive joint place. And he was the basis of that group. And apparently he'd been putting a lot of money into it. So there was some, no, I'm not cold. I just have a little bit of cough. So he, you know, there was like some arguments and stuff over the money. Long story short, she went from being a foster and going in and out of homes and not really having a stable home or nothing like that to being all alone on her own. Yeah, I'm okay. To meeting a husband and then him pretty much taking care of everything, you know, and like she just kind of just did what she was told, didn't even have a car or nothing. And that night they went out partying. She knew that there was something not right with the situation. Here's the thing though, here's the ticker to the situation. They had a tumultuous relationship, but they also had a lot of other partners in their relationship, right? They would go and bring other women home. Women. Well, I guess one of the women she kind of liked a lot. So she kind of wanted to be with that woman. But I don't know for sure if that's what this night was about. But there was something off about that night. She kind of clicked and told me later, after the fact. This was a few years ago. Way after she had already gotten out of prison. Send me number Western Union? That doesn't make sense. Let me finish my story here real quick. So, anyway, so what ended up happening was, it wasn't pretty. After the party, they were all driving back to Reno where they were supposed to go two of them in one car, which is her and her husband, and four of their friends in the back in another car. He calls the other car up, and one of the chicks answers, who I always can use money. So he says, you know what? You guys got to help because she's out of control, which is, get this. So supposedly what ended up happening was that this is what Ingram said, which is Ingram was the Young Money Millionaire. Good for you, Saif Tony. Ingram was the police chief or whatever, said that what witnesses says, that's what witnesses said. They said, we pulled over to the side, we saw so-and-so arguing, the gentleman, and then before you know it, the lady, I'm not going to say her name, reached inside and pulled the trigger, firing one fatal shot bullet to the chest. There's a mixture of things that she told me, but out of respect for her, I'm not going to say because they're kind of personal. And so they wanted it cut and dry. She said, the report said, the people, the owner of the bar had said, you know what? There was nothing, no signs of any, no indications that there were any fights or anybody was fighting or not getting along. She had one glass of wine, blah, blah, blah. But according to her, whatever, they ran out of the wine she was drinking, so she started drinking something else. Long story short is that she didn't want to go on that ride, but she did anyway because she figured if she would have gone with that girl that things would have gotten worse, so she was just going to take the heat. Part of me wants to think that she wanted that to happen that way, and was going to maybe think of just, you know, she was wasted and thought, well, I'll just play, you know, victim and end up being with my new love. Or they just wanted to hammer it to her, and they all got drunk and they were getting in a fight because they were fighting over money, and somebody fucking accidentally shot him and she took the heat for it. Because who says it's my fault, officer, take me to jail? It's my fault, I did it, take me to jail. It's my fault. So anyway, I don't know how I got on the subject about that, but I want help, you dear big sister. You want to send some money? Okay. The money symbol, capital K, little I, little T, capital M, then little U, then little I. That's PayPal. Send as much as you want. Cash App, sorry. Cash App, that's what it is. You know how everybody puts the money symbol. I don't ever do that. I don't ask for that, though. And I don't even know what it would be like to be monetized, especially whenever, I mean, I don't know if that'll happen. If I stayed on 24/7 and just stayed like this and even did sleep, you know, just had like some type of sound in the back, you know, because I do have a few loyal fans, and like there's some that stay up all night, and there's some that, at least 3 or 4 that are like always in and out, in and out. See, I can tell by your Saif Tony. Pray for what? Are you going to bed yet? What was I talking? Why was I bring that up? Why did I bring up that interesting story? Yeah. Why do people do that too? Why do people go on streams and they'll be like, "Hey, what's your Cash App?" And you know, I've seen people do that. Nah, I'm up. Their story had me shocked. That story I told you? Well, the thing about it is that so she was given 10 to life, right? So she's still on parole. She'll be on parole forever. That's how I got into it, because she got into a new apartment. That's right. She gets out of prison, right? Finally, she missed her 10-year parole. They denied her, and she was like, fuck. Yeah, so 5 more years, right? Finally, they let her out. She gets to take the dog home because she got part of the dog squad, the pups on parole shit. She did real good at it. So good that it landed her a job when she got out. So she stayed in Colorado for like a month or so. No, not me, replied her. No. No. I'm talking about somebody I knew. Am touched like am support. Okay. Like I don't understand, but that's okay. No, she just she's doing good, you know. I mean, she got out. I remember she had to check in every month. Which was bullshit. Now every once in a while, she's getting in a nicer apartment closer to her work. She's making good money closer to her work with her cousin. So it could have been me, you know, but I didn't push it hard enough. You know what I mean? Just sometimes you're just not ready for new roommates or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. But she's got a serious sciatic problem, like big time. Like she walks fucked up, dude. She has to like drag her fucking leg. Like it's crazy. It's pretty not funny, but it's sad. But luckily Thursday she gets one of those dots. Kind of scary. NGL. What does NGL mean? Not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah. And I've stayed there a few times, you know what I mean? And then I've had friends tell me, said, don't you ever wonder or trip or like, aren't you a little concerned? Like, no, she's on no gun. Like, if she were to, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'd want to be around her drinking. And definitely not drinking if there's a gun around. Because history has a tendency to repeat itself. And I'm known to piss people off. So that would not be good. I know, and apparently they were like some other kind of pills or something. I don't know. I think like, you know, pain pills or something like that. Because she didn't do like speed or anything like that. She was never into that. And I believe her. I just totally believe her. She's clean as a whistle now. I mean, I've never seen her have one drink. But I would flip out if she told me that she was drinking or if I saw her drunk. I'd walk away, I think. I seriously would. I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? You know, I mean, I've done some stupid things drunk, you know, and then I regret it and I stop for a while, you know, but like, God, I mean, we're talking about, that's some serious shit. Yeah, she served her time, but, so do pedophiles. Does that mean that it's going to be okay to let them be around schools? They serve their time. It's tricky, you know what I mean? You know? Yeah, and you know, no, I don't think anybody will know the whole truth. But I know one thing. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. She's getting a nice apartment. You know, luckily, finally she found somebody that she can share, you know, and because taking an Uber every day, AM and high up. It's only 9:23 over here, Tony. Yeah. You pray one day to what? To what? I don't see how guys wear hats all day long. You pray one day to what, Roman King? I can't believe there's only 2 people in here. You know what? They said YouTube is having problems. You're young, aren't you? Yeah, I hear you. But see, the older we get, more and more people, like, they're either stuck on their exes or they just sometimes we just get too old, you know, we're just like tired, we're just like, I'm right there with you. It'll happen sooner than later. You mean a puff? It's this one is Cherry Paradise. This one is actually has a little bit of, hey Replier. Puff 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 it. This one it's called Space Candy. I got this one because it has it says it has a little bit of THC in it and it's legal here where I'm at. but it's THCA and D9, D6, and THCP. But it does not taste like candy. It looks like it does, but it doesn't. This one tastes more like candy. Unfortunately, I left my really good geek because I really don't inhale. This is what I do. I just taste it and I let it come out my nose. But I have some really good ones that I left at her house, Dee's house. Well, now she's actually not going to be really moving out to like the middle of November, which is about a month. Her cousin is going to move in like next, like the middle of this week, I think, to have a little time to himself, you know. And get this, he's borderline gay. Like they say, like she said, well, first he's bi. I think he's gay. I mean, think about it. Like, it's different from between. Yes. He's 39 and she just turned 50. And his sister and her mom are sisters. So they're cousins, they're first cousins. And you know, when he gets home, they both work at a very ritzy type of pet store, you know, where they groom animals, they wash them. Wow, amazing high head up, like candy smoke candy, all in sweet about you dessert. Okay. But it's funny because like she goes, I think he's bi, and I guess she was trying to feel the waters alert. Like what am I gonna like? I'm not gonna judge him, but I think I was like, you think? When she told me that, I'm like, you think? He's little more than a little gay. He's gay, and he watches some cartoons. So many adults are, but I have my thing, so I can't judge people for what they watch. I watch. I constantly watch Three's Company, and I've seen every episode inside and out, upside and down, front to back, where their mouths weren't even matching the movement. Oh, listen, I have a weird fetish for cute tomboys, but that's as gay as I get. I know. I'm so glad they're having obviously separate bedrooms and shit and whatnot. They work together, so he works in the front and she's a groomer in the back, so they just kind of put their heads together one day, and he's like, you know, I'm tired of, you know, he has like ADD, you know, I see him lay down and I see him like pulling his hair, you know what I mean? Like, he's really sweet guy. He's an amazing, adorable, sweetest, nicest guy you'll ever meet. But I don't know, like ADHD or something like that, but he's gay. I mean, and if I'm wrong, forgive me, you know what I mean? But and it just so happens that Devania's gay too, the cousin, my friend. And it's weird because when I met her and she told me, she said, oh, well, you're gonna freak out because I just so happen to know somebody that lives here in this complex. This was like 4 years ago, that was in prison with me, that was my girlfriend in prison. And I go, oh, really? Oh, okay. Your ex is here? Yeah, okay, whatever. I was just meeting her to hang out, and we went to eat and stuff. This was a long time ago. And then I one day, so what was she in for? She goes, oh, now you're really gonna think I'm a freak. She says, chomo. And I go, what's chomo? What's a chomo? And then she told me. I'm like, what the fuck? But I guess in prison, it ain't like on the streets, like when you have girlfriends and boyfriends or whatever the fuck. It's not like, you know, normal. Let's get her on a... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I know. And what her situation was, she ended up, her ex, the trauma one, what got her in her situation was she did something big time with her, some dude she was with, son. Yeah. Apparently the dude was only 14 years old. Like, whoa. Like, how do you tell somebody that story? Really, like, because you talk when you're in prison, you know what I mean? You talk to people, you know, you got to let it out some way. You know? How do you tell someone that? Who, me? Stone cold. Oh, that? if it is what it is. But 14. 14. And it was weird. She doesn't live there anymore. She must have recently just left. But I used to get so mad because like I like hated this the thought of her like going around. You think like really too young, but she spared like a trial and just took 8 years, and then she's like lifetime check in and gonna have to check in. I won't say her name either. It was a chick. It was a lady that did it to a 14-year-old. She said she blamed it on pills, prescription pills. I'm not going to say them over the thing, but something to help you go to sleep. But they were narcotics, and she blamed it on that. But apparently it happened more than once. But yeah, word got to Big Dad, and that was that. That was that. 8 years, man. But still, you gotta the rest of your life. You there's certain things you can't do. You can't be within a certain amount of feet of a school. You can't. Ooh, you know the drill. I mean, God, I thought in and out of jail was bad for stupid little traffic shit I got years and years ago, man. But I mean, and there's other things you can get in trouble for. Like there's fucking drugs. There's and they all carry their own little sentences, and mine was always little traffic stuff. Put that dude to sleep. Yep, I can't stop telling you. I can't tell you how irked I'd get. I'd have to be like buzzed to be around her, you know what I mean? And it got to be a problem for me to even go around there. Oh, nothing. I just have following too closely, failure to appear because of no registration, fictitious plates, not having insurance. They called it something else, but now all that stuff is considered civil. So yeah, that's my rep sheet. That's, if you want to call it that. And it sucks because they'd actually arrest you. They didn't have to. They didn't every time for me. But you'd go through the system, it was irky, you know what I mean? I'll never forget the smell of those clothes, But the people that were there, like, to me, they belonged there. They were prostituting. They were dealing drugs. One of them would beat the shit out of like 4 or 5 people. Oh yeah, naughty, yeah. Well, I wasn't the best, I mean, fictitious plates is kind of not the best. It's kind of fucked up because what ended up happening was I inconvenienced someone else because I took the sticker off their car because I had California plates, because that was when I moved here from California. I was a saint in California, Texas, Tennessee. I've lived in so many other places. But when I came here, just shame. But what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so I won't answer any more questions. That shit about that murder and whatever, that happened outside of Vegas, so I could tell that story without the names. And I say murderer because, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Unless you want to tell me otherwise, which is what I believe. But life is learning and not repeating same mistakes. Exactly. What is that called? There's a word for it, where we do the same thing over and over, expecting different outcomes, but getting the same results. What is that, psychopath? Something like that. And that's kind of what the situation I was with them and her and whatever, Yeah, meow. What time are you going to bed, Roman? Romanio? Say what in rehab? Oh. So we got 4 little pokers in here. Hey, 4 little peeper. Hey, 4 little peepers. That's cool. That's really cool. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Let's break some rules. I don't know. Who is it? There was this channel, and it was like a country channel. And this guy, he was like and he had a girlfriend, and they lived in a trailer, him and his girl, somewhere like in West Virginia or something like that. And they would they would listen to country music in the background, and they never got in any trouble. Who sings Mr. That is that song? Him and his old lady. Yeah. Do you know who I'm talking about? Did they get knocked off YouTube? Because I don't see them at all anymore. And they were starting to grow. Like, they wanted like 300 subscribers, 400. They were like 300. They were, I don't know, maybe 200 or 300, something like that. And so they would check out my channel. Really? God, what was the name of their channel? Shit, that sucks. Because they were cool. See, that's why I'm afraid to play music. Because they were really big on that. They just disappeared, huh? They were kind of cool. What was cool is they would engage with people as well as listen to the music, you know what I mean? They say that there's a trick that you do, that you say before you pay the song. Like there's some artists that really don't care. But I don't want to take any chances. We're in Vegas, East Side. I remember one couple that kind of has me confused. Why do they have you confused? And trust me, dude, there's this lady that goes, "Hi, everybody. How are you doing?" And then she just makes the weirdest fucking things. She'll get a brush and she'll go, ASMR. I still don't know what that means. Really, I don't. Why do they have these King 3, 1? I mean, I don't get it. Hey, hit that like button, people. Really, it gets interesting. You're about ready to have, oh my gosh, you guys, in 5 minutes, we have the wet t-shirt contest. And I'm about ready. Kit's got the water ready. It was husband and his wife with the name of the channel referencing his wife's big knockers, and she would wear these revealing clothes, and whenever guys would mention them, they missed that one. That one. There was this lady that was that shit. I'm kidding you not, man. Let me tell you, man. You can do what you want on your time. You know what I'm saying? But you know what you look like when you go on YouTube. We know. You know and we know, okay? You just know. And this lady, she was a color lady. Not that that matters, but we are talking huge. Huge. And she let those fuckers hang. And she would wear like a knit blouse or whatnot. And then she would even sit like this, like this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? You'd see more of her. You'd see more of her body and her bosoms than her face. You know what I mean? But some of them make sense. There's some people that, you know, you'll just be scrolling like, has anybody heard or seen that guy that like, okay, they would block everyone in chat talking about her knockers, and I told them, hey guys, I'm confused on the messaging of this channel. Are you trying to gain attention for your wife's knockers or not? Oh, keep going. No, I see people go to town with messages that they're trying. This guy, I don't know his name. I can't even think of it. It's like, it sounds like a holy type thing, but he's like, in the background, he has like, he has like, a trophy, you know, like a, like an elk or something, you know, those where the horns go like this, and he's in the woods out there somewhere. He's like in a cabin or something, and that shut them up real quick. I bet it would, man. Yeah, there's a lot of different couples that do like weird shit, but I think that more of them like are, if I went like onto Discord or like TikTok, I don't know. There's got to be some funky channel where they have couples that do weird shit like that. I know, right? That just, I don't know. I mean, tits are tits. Like that's what got me. If you look at my one live where I have like 10,000 and something views, they are not. They got a rush blocking people for rage bait. They got a rush blocking for. What does that mean? Oh, I think I get it. Okay, I get what you're saying. Um, there was just okay. Since we can't remember that, I think of that one guy's name. But he'll start asking for money, and then he'll start talking about his missing son and his missing daughter and shit. And he'll talk for fucking hours, and you know he was just talking for hours and hours and hours because every time I turn on my freaking YouTube and I happen to scroll, I see him. I bet you anything he's on right now. You know what I mean? Like if I sat here and were to talk for like till morning, till my appointment, I'll have a few more likes and a few more views, but they're not anyway. But yeah, who was that? There's another. There's this gothic couple where it's mainly like he puts the camera on her and like he just talks and like he reads from. Oh. Yeah. I'm lucky that I didn't get thrown off YouTube whenever I was gonna go fight that girl. Like somebody finally put some sense into my cabeza. I love bangs, and I don't know how to use bangs with this fucking brush. Okay, so let me see. Okay, let's see. Like, say for example, I'm a chick wearing something provocative and streetwalker-ish, and then start getting mad at people for complimenting my clothes and body because I love the attention, right? It would be like Julia Roberts from Pretty and what was her name? Pretty Woman, being like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She was, oh my God. That kind of makes me wonder about myself because I saw the movie, part of it, like yesterday, I think it was. Like, just like a short clip of it, like the beginning, where she stretches out and she, oh my God. And she touches the alarm clock. Roman's a dude. I mean, how the hell do I get that off of here? I don't know how to get it out of here. I gotta stare at that. That was funny. Okay, I'm gonna end it because I can't stand it. So you guys, I'll check you out later. Bye, replier. Thank you for coming in. You're the only one who voted. I don't know. I think maybe I'll not turn in, but see what the news has to bring. Or I'll wait for the for creepers to leave. Roman King, you're at the top. You're right there at the top. You're at the top. You're at the top. You're on top, Roman King. Now, a little bit of a question here. As you people watching YouTubers, like, do you like it when people just keep talking and talking, or do you like it like when people just kind of lay low and just wait for someone to bring up a conversation? I never really know, but every time that I scroll, and I always seem to find people having something to say and just be talking and really, really letting their shit out, and they'll be having hundreds of people watching them. Why it's so important for me to have, like, you know, people pay attention to me is because there's so much stuff I have in this head. Like, if you only knew the things that I store in my head and the stories that I think of, you know, to keep me from going berserk. It's like a whole new world. It's like a whole different world. Like, and then I saw, like, the Sphere has like these whole freaking bitchin' thing. Not the Sphere, but yeah, they're doing this really cool thing at the Sphere. Like, they're playing these awesome movies. Like, one of them is Salute Bug, what's up? They're playing these bitchin' movies. One of them is of course, The Wizard of Oz, which I can't wait to see. I want to see if I can get my mom in there. Of course, I'll have to get her in a wheelchair, but that'll be fine. Salute, bub. But the Sphere, you know, when people start to get older and they want to see you, you know, pay attention to them and see them as much as you can, because, you know, it could be a sign. You never know. No, I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom. What is this channel? It's really whatever you want it to be. It started out as just people making fun of me, and then it just went from there. Once I start talking about stuff, people start leaving, so I start to lose my train of thought. So it's basically whatever it is. Normally, like, people will get in and start talking to each other. Yeah. 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 How about you? Are you in the United States of America? I think there's a short delay. Maybe you're gonna see me put some lights up here in a little bit. I can find out where she put them. Lights all around the room. I think they're purple or black. I forgot what color they were. I know how to run off a crowd real quick. Because I don't know how to play the guitar. see all the "you suck" comments. I'm gonna see how long I can say. I got 3 people that like, come on in. You suck. All right, somebody with a guitar. That's gonna be so awesome. I suck because I don't know how the fucking thing I'm doing. And I can't tune it because I'm using my phone for. Plus, I'm missing a string, so that's sad. See, I told you I couldn't play. Maybe if I picked it up a little bit more, I'd. I'm waiting for it to say 0. Told you I sucked. There's still 2 people in here watching. Probably fell asleep. Oh, you know what I really like doing? Sounds like shit. Nope, can't do it. Not without the E. It's the epitome of bored. Oh, that sucks. That's a bummer. Cheap stuff. No, it's actually not cheap. It's just. Never gets used. If this doesn't get me copyrighted, I don't know what will. So what does it say? Jimmy Kimmel Live. They finally put him back on. That was bomb when they did that. I think it was shitty that they took him off. I lost my mojo. Boy, sorry about those ears, boys and girls. Oh no. There's one. I messed so well. There's still 2 people in here. I'm missing a fucking. I am missing. Oh, everybody's leaving me. Well, that's good. Now I can play with myself. Let me see where I did those. This is a bummer. I lost my battery. But I found one. Still the same old two people in here. That either that or I got stuck. Nope, it's still rolling. It's still rolling. This one looks better. Perfect.
Still conscious after watching Monday Night Football tonight. Welcome. It was the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Taylor Swift. We are back to work in Hollywood after a week of shows in Brooklyn, and we had a great time in New York, really did. But I have to say, it's very good to be back where I don't have to pretend to be happy for the Yankees anymore. We brought 264 staffers to Brooklyn. 47 are missing. 3 Guillermo, have you recovered? Did you rest this weekend?
A little bit, Jimmy. A little bit.
Feeling okay?
Yeah, just tired, but just
tired. It was a crazy week because, for a while there,
You're gonna sit and watch. Say something. Don't be so scared.
Airlines only let you cancel flights in midair, so we didn't know what we were gonna do.
You never know.
We've had a hell of a couple weeks, but I did get some exciting news this weekend. According to a new poll from YouGov, which is a
Everybody just
poll,
disappeared on me.
or they were before this, I am more popular than the President of the United States. Remember the guy who keeps saying I have no ratings? Well, that makes two of us. They polled more than 1,000 people, and I lead Trump by 16 points. I'm at +3. He's at It's nice, but it feels like, considering the fact that I'm not a convicted felon friend of Jeffrey.
Jimmy Kimmel's more famous than Donald Trump, is what they're saying.
Sent a team of masked goons into a park to pull an old lady away from her grandchildren. I feel like my rating should be higher, maybe. At this point, finding a toenail in your salad has a 7-point lead over Donald Trump. And I hope he doesn't see this. I hate, I don't like to upset him, but I think he might be upset because the White House put out a statement this afternoon. This is a real statement. Over 77 million Americans showed up on Election Day to cast their ballots for President Donald J. Trump, who is delivering on his overwhelming mandate to put America first. Jimmy Kimmel prays every night to garner a fraction of that support to keep his show on air after ratings dropped 64% last week. Sad. I like sad with an exclamation point. It would make a nice T-shirt with Trump's face on it, wouldn't it? You know what else is sad? That the President of the United States has a lower approval rating than Diddy and diarrhea. That's what's sad. And it's no one cares very deeply about this sort of thing. If he's looking to improve his approval numbers, I have an idea. Release the Epstein files. They did a poll on that, too. A vast majority say they want to see the Epstein files. 77% of Americans want the Epstein files released, but 100% of our American president does not want them released. Trump's treating these Epstein files like the grumpy old neighbor on Halloween. He turns off all the lights and just hopes the trick-or-treaters will assume there's nobody home.
Oh, well, only 27%. Wow.
What a wonderful secret means. Today, Caitlin Collins from CNN asked Trump whether he plans to pardon Epstein's right-hand woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, and whereas he's usually, very quick to weigh in bigly on this type of thing, for this one, suddenly even-tempered and even deferential.
The Supreme Court is back in session. They rejected today an appeal by Ghislaine Maxwell to overturn her conviction. That means her only chance of getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're open to?
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
I haven't heard the name in so long. I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I'll look at it. I have a lot of people who have asked me for pardons. I call him Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
She was convicted of child sex trafficking.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I have to ask DOJ.
Oh, yeah. Ask DOJ and get back back to us, please. We love to. He calls him Puff Daddy. That's relevant. The notorious PIG is busy with all manner of distractions right now. He rallied the troops in Norfolk over the weekend at an event to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the Navy. He treated the crowd to his signature dance and
¿Y para qué eso?
still